guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. In this video I wanted to talk to you guys about how to boost our metabolism. Now this may sound a little tricky and you might find a lot of videos online, but I promise you I have a lot of practical and scientifically proven points that I'm going to mention in this video that you might not find anywhere else. I'm making this video because I have been there. I know the pain. I used to have the slowest metabolism. I used to look at bread and gain weight, and I know how that feels. I worked so hard to be able to boost and speed up my metabolism to a point that right now I can eat a lot more than anybody else that we go out with, and I will still maintain my weight because I'm burning more calories every single day, and it's just going to help me maintain my weight. Or if I wanted to lose weight, it would be very, very easy for me if I just cut my calories by a little bit. I bet some of you guys are watching this and thinking to yourself, but you know what, Sepi, I was born with a slow metabolism. There's nothing I can do about it. My whole family has a slow metabolism. Is there anything I can do about it? Yes, there is. You can definitely manipulate your metabolism and boost it, and I'm going to teach you on this video how to do it. It's worked for me and for a lot of people, but in order for you guys to believe what I'm saying in this video, you gotta know how metabolism works. So I will give you a little description of how it works and how we can manipulate it. So if you're ready, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and let's get started. By the way, if you guys are new here, my name is Sepi. I have ADHD and I've lost over 50 pounds over the past few years, and I've been able to keep it off successfully. My channel is all about healthy, sustainable weight loss. So if that's something you're into, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell button because it really does help my channel grow. Thank you so much, and let's get started. So what is metabolism? It's actually a bunch of chemical reaction that happens throughout your body. There's a lot of process. It's a very, very long process that happens, but it's basically a lot of chemical reactions that keep us alive. So when you eat food, the carbs, protein, and fat in your food will be broken down into smaller parts and eventually turn into energy. The energy will be used for different things in your body, for example, pumping your blood or pumping your heart, your digestive system, your brain activity. It will be used for your physical activity on a day-to-day basis, whatever you're doing at the gym. You will be using that energy. If there's any extra, the extra will be stored in your fat cells or your glycogen in your muscle, and there's some waste that your body gets rid of on a daily basis. The reason that our bodies are so amazing and we haven't been able to replicate another human being in a lab yet is because our bodies are so adaptable, and they learn and they change and they adapt. So in order for us to be able to manipulate our bodies, we need to be learning and changing and adapting on a regular basis and keep tricking it to be able to get what we want from it. In order to be able to boost our metabolism, we need to make sure this entire system that I explained so briefly to you guys is working as smoothly as possible. That means that we should be getting the right fuel, clean food, healthy carbs and fat and protein. And at the same time, we need to make sure that our body is burning more calories at rest to boost our metabolism. And we also need to make sure that our digestive system is working properly. So we need healthy microbiomes and we need good fiber. If you have ADHD and you Google how to boost your metabolism, there's going to be a lot of coffee and stimulants involved that I don't want you guys to be taking because it might be interfering with your medication and it might add to your anxiety. In this video, I'm going to focus on how to do this smarter. Let's talk about what it feels like to have a slow metabolism. Aside from how we gain weight so easily, it's very important to know that we're actually very fortunate to have such a metabolism because it's one of the best genetics to have. And you say, why? A lot of people don't believe me, but let me explain to you. The bodies of people with slower metabolism burn calories at a much slower rate. And it is good because if you were stranded on a deserted island with no food, you'll be able to stay alive for a lot longer. Also, if you're working out and you have physical activity, it's so much easier for you and us, and including myself, to put on muscle mass. Now, it's exactly what you expect your body to be doing for you to help you survive longer. Now, if you have a faster metabolism, you're gonna run out of food faster and you're gonna get hungry and you might die sooner than I do. We also get a health warning, so we can actually stop our waist if we're smart. We start gaining weight and we don't like it and we know we're not healthy, so we do something about it most of the time, right? And most people with a slower metabolism, they're happy about it, they're eating a lot, they eat whatever they want until at a later age when they're older, they start getting sick and they don't see any signs or warnings. So it's kind of better for us. To me, honestly, it's a gift. So when you are thinking of it positively, when you appreciate what your body is doing for you, it's so much easier to work with your body than against it. Our metabolism is awesome. However, there's a problem. In this society, food is readily available everywhere. We go out when we're bored. There's so many ads that, makes us crave a lot of food. So we're eating constantly and our body needs to forget how to store it as fat, and we need to boost our metabolism so it starts burning more as opposed to storing it for us, because we're going to be eating again and again and again. We have access to food all the time and it doesn't have to worry about our survival as much, right? Another problem is that we're actually adding to the problem and we're slowing down our metabolism even further. Skipping breakfast, not having lunch, and starving yourself for a couple hours and then eating a big meal. These are all kind of adding and slowing your metabolism even further. How? If you're starving yourself today for 8 or 9 hours, you're teaching your body that there's not going to be food available tomorrow for a very long time. So whatever you eat now, make sure you store it for me. Therefore, I have energy to do my daily tasks tomorrow. Your body is doing you a favor. So as soon as you have a meal after your fasting period, it's going to store all of it for you so you have access to it later. Your body doesn't know that you're trying to lose weight, so what it's doing is that it's saving all of the energy for you, so tomorrow you're not going to be starving. And you will notice after you do this continuously for a long time, when you wake up in the morning, you're not hungry at all, and that's a sign of a slow metabolism. If you have a fast metabolism, you're going to be waking up starving. And when you apply the principles that you're going to be learning in this video, you will see that you start getting hungry a lot faster, which is a huge sign of fast metabolism. I don't know if this makes sense to you guys. If it does, make sure you give me a thumbs up in the comments and let me know if it does make sense. I can make more videos about this, but basically, when you're starving yourself, you're teaching your body that there's not going to be food available. So your body is going to be so hungry and store all of the energy that you get from the next meal into your fat so it can use and burn it the day after. And also, even during that period that you're not fasting and you're eating, even if you lower your calories, you're teaching your body that, here, listen, you're starving for 8 or 9 hours or 12 hours in a day. And then when I feed you so little. So your body is going to adapt and make sure that it converts all of that into fat to make sure you're not starving. You're teaching your body that, hey, there's no food available. This is going to be very stressful. I'm actually going to work out. So tomorrow we're going on a hike, or we're working out or hitting legs at the gym. So make sure you store all of this for me so we don't run out. Your body is going to slow down a lot, its metabolism, and it's going to be working against you. Now, when you go on vacation, if you go to a birthday party and you start having a little bit more calories on that day, you will notice that you put on so much weight. And that is the exact reason why when I looked at bread or when I did like something slightly abnormal, I would put on so much weight. And that was horrible for me. And I don't want anybody to go through that feeling, because it seems like all the hard work that you put in throughout the month or two, it goes out of the window like that. So what is the solution? The first and the best and the most important solution, and I promise you guys that this will work, is that to teach your body it will never have to starve. And the only way that you could do that is by feeding it regularly every 2 to 3 hours. Yes, I said it, you need to be eating 2 to 3 hours a day. That would give you 6 or 7 meals. If you can even fit 8, that would be amazing. The best way to do that is to cut down your meals in half. For example, for your breakfast, you're going to cut it in half and have it in 2 sessions. You have it in the morning when you wake up, and then again 3 hours after. Same thing with your lunch, same thing with your dinner. I talked about that in this video, and if you want a program to start with, I have a free program that you guys can download from the link below. It will teach you and give you an example of my diet and something that I personally started with. I promise you guys this works even if you don't change your calories. So whatever you're eating, cut it in half and have it in 2 separate meals, and you're gonna be eating about 6 times a day. And even if you don't change your calories, even if you don't change your diet, you will be starting to boost your metabolism. But the trick is that to cut your meals in half. In the beginning, you're going to be a little hungry because you're kind of used to that satiety effect from that volume of food that you're used to. When you cut it in half, you're going to be hungry after, but don't worry about it. Stick with it. Honestly, more than 3 to 4 days, you're going to be used to it, because you know and you're looking forward to eating within 3 hours. Your body will learn that you are going to be feeding it in 3 hours after a while, maybe after 4 to 6 weeks. So it will start burning exactly like what you give it right away. And the more you continue with these 6 meals and you increase it to 7 or 8, or you make it a little bit more cleaner, you decrease the volume a little bit more, the more it will work, and the more you're going to be boosting up your metabolism. This is the best way to do this, you guys. Let me know if you guys try it and it works for you. I promise that it will. I've seen it work so many times over and over again. This is my only secret to my weight loss, and I've shared it in some of my other videos as well, but I wanted to specifically share it in this video because if you want to boost your metabolism, this is the only way to go. There's also a side benefit of eating small frequent meals, is that you are going to be eating constantly throughout the day. So for example, let's say if you're going out for dinner on Saturday night, you're eating right before you leave the house. So when you get there, you're not so hungry. You're going to skip the bread because you feel full. You already had a meal, so you are more capable capable of making better decisions. Another thing that you could do to boost your metabolism even further and make it faster, and it's helped me personally a lot, is building muscles and doing HIIT training. Your body burns 6 calories a day to maintain a pound of muscles and 2 calories a day to maintain a pound of fat. So obviously if you build more muscles, you're going to be burning a lot more energy at rest. You're just sitting and your body's maintaining your muscle mass by just burning more energy. So that automatically, if you do the math, is going to help you boost your metabolism. Another benefit that you get from muscle building, not just the body composition, your skin is going to be shinier, you're going to feel stronger. The most important thing, especially if you have ADHD, is the confidence. When you're stronger, you're more confident. And us with ADHD, we really suffer from social anxiety and connecting with other people because we're always very timid and agitated. So building muscles helps us become a lot more confident in ourselves, and it helps us socialize a lot more. Just being physically stronger, it helps you become a lot more confident. You will notice that in a lot of athletes that are stronger, they're so much more confident when they go out, when they speak. If you watch their podcasts and interviews, they feel so confident and, you know, very sure of themselves. So that's the feeling that you're going to experience on some levels depending on how serious you take your workouts. And if you wanted to start working out with ADHD, make sure you check out the video that I made here. It's full of awesome tips to help you how to stick with your workouts. I also wanted to talk about the metabolism slowing down. I've mentioned in my other videos that metabolism slows down after the age of 20, but that is not a case. There was a really cool research that recently came out, and they measured the metabolism rates of people between 20 and 60. Your metabolism peaks in your 20s and then stays the same up until you're 60, and it starts slowing down very slowly actually after that. In this research, over 6,000 people participated, and they gave them hydrogen and oxygen atom in water. They were heavied out, so they were heavy molecules of water, and they measured it in the urine, and it showed how fast they were metabolizing their food, and it showed the rate didn't change at all between 20s to your 60s, which is really crazy. Our body composition might change, our lifestyle might change, but our metabolism will not slow down. So a few lifestyle changes that we can do by working out and eating small frequent meals, adding more protein to our food to maintain our muscle mass, these things will all help us keep our metabolism the way it is and make sure that it doesn't slow down because of what we're doing and basically because of our lifestyle, right? High intensity interval training or HIIT training has also been proven that it boosts your metabolism while you're just sitting at rest. With these types of exercises, you actually give it your all, so your heart rate is peaking to 150, 160, 170 for about a minute or 40 seconds, and for 10 to 15 seconds you're actually slowing down to 130, 140, and then you continue doing this for about 20 minutes. This is basically high intensity interval training. There are a lot of videos that are called HIIT training on YouTube, and they're not HIIT training. You have to have a very, very heart rate for about 40 seconds or a minute, and then slow it down for a little bit lower to about 130. That is called HIIT training. So if you're doing that, that will also help your body burn a lot more calories when you're sitting at rest. If you're doing weight training, combining weight training and HIIT training might be a little hard. So I do suggest doing HIIT training right after your rest day because your body is ready to do it. For example, if you did legs yesterday and you wanted to do HIIT training today, it would be really hard for you to do because it's going to require a lot of energy from you, and that's not going to be possible. So I suggest doing it after a rest day so you have all the energy to give to that exercise. Your hormone health plays a big role in your metabolism. It's very important that your hormones are healthy. You get a check with your doctor and you make sure that everything's running properly. The most important foods and supplements that you need to be making sure that you're taking daily in order to ensure your hormone health are avocado, organic virgin olive oil, fish oil, omega-3, flaxseed, walnuts, and vitamin D, especially during winter time. Make sure you add at least 2 items of this list to your grocery list every single week. And obviously you guys already know this, sleep and stress are very important, and you got to make sure they're on point to ensure your hormone health. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're actually going to get a huge spike in your hunger hormone. If you're sleeping 6 hours a night and you need 9, the day after you're going to be hungry. Next time, pay attention to that. It actually spikes your hunger hormone. It's a very known fact. You're going to be hungrier the day after. So make sure that you're getting enough sleep and do anything that you can. For example, don't have coffee after 12 o'clock so you can get better sleep. Make sure sure you stretch or listen to meditative music before you go to sleep. These are really important. And also to make sure your stress is low, make sure you're stretching, you're doing yoga, you're doing meditation on a daily basis. All of these are going to help you balance your emotions, balance your hormones, and get better sleep at the same time. If you're constantly on screen, on your phone, on your computer when you're working, if you're dealing with your kids constantly, you are going through chronic stress. You just don't see it. It's okay to have like sudden stress or some kind of a traumatic event can happen to you, and our bodies are made to handle that. But consistently from when you wake up, you're looking at your phone, and those are all stressing you constantly. So we need to pay attention to that. We need to cut those down. We need to delete our social media if we need to. We need to start looking at our emails at a certain time. Maybe leave work at work. When we come home, we completely disconnect. Maybe we do some kind of an electronic detox. Anything that you can do, any tools that you have in your hand to lower the stress and get better sleep, make sure you do that, because it helps you a lot with boosting your metabolism and ensuring your hormone health and everything else. In terms of vitamins, I want you to be taking vitamin B's and be on point of all of your vitamin B's, especially if you're vegan. Make sure you're getting that from different sources of food, and calcium. These two play a very vital role in your metabolism. And if you look at a lot of pre-workouts and things that help you with weight loss, you'll notice that there's a lot of calcium and vitamin B's involved, and that's the reason, because they help with your metabolism a lot. So I hope that this video was super helpful and it gave you some hope that you can actually boost your metabolism if you follow every single tip that I gave in this video. I did the exact same thing for 2 to 3 years, and I was able to boost my metabolism. If you guys have seen this video, I was able to eat whatever I wanted basically on vacation and not put on weight. Whereas 3 years ago, 4 years ago, if I did that, I would have gained 10 to 15 pounds when I got back, and I had to worry about losing it. I've been there, I know the pain, and I want everybody who is watching this video to know these secrets, to apply it and get results and solve this problem once and for all. Honestly, just spend a few years, stay consistent with everything, build more muscles, eat more frequent meals, and see how your life will change. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of it, and also subscribe to my channel because it really does help my channel grow. Thank you so much, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.